Hey everyone, Mary from SVG Cuts here, and I'm really excited about our fun new football collection of projects. And I'm excited to have a football party here at our house with Leo for the opening of the Chicago Bears season. So I started thinking about some stuff that would be fun for our party, and this was kind of Leo's idea with the cute little napkins and the utensils in here. So this could be adapted to something other than sports, obviously, but it's a lot of fun with the football on here. And of course you could add your own team colors, and you could get your own team colored utensils and napkins. I got these at Party City, and they had like every color known to man, and they're not too expensive. So it's a really fun touch for your party, and it's super cute. So that's a lot of fun. So probably the coolest part of this collection is got to be this three-dimensional football, and it's super cool because you can make it no matter what size mat you're using. And I've got some paper inside there, and you can put some little chocolates or whatever. And if you get a little bit of a head start, you can make a bunch of these for a party, or just a special one for one person in particular. Or it could also be a cute party decoration and just throw it on your little buffet table or whatever. So super cool. And we've also got our really cute scrapbook page here, which could totally be adapted to any sport because it just says All Stars. And I used football paper, so that made it, you know, football-y, but you could definitely make it soccer, baseball, basketball, swimming, really anything. So that's a lot of fun to do, and the cool thing is that your machine cuts your photos to the perfect shape using our photo templates. So we've got these 3 templates. They're numbered. You can't really see it from there, but they're numbered, and then you just hold them over your photo where you want the photo to be framed. You put it on your mat a specific way, and we've got another video you can click over here to see that has all the steps for how to do that. But the basic idea is that your photo is the perfect shape and the perfect cropping to go right onto your super cool layout and look really snazzy. So I totally love that, and it's another cool scrapbook page to add to your album of awesome scrapbook pages. So we've also got our really cool invitation here, and this little piece of paper you just print on your computer, and you just slide it right in these little holder spots. And the cool thing about this, I know I've said this before, but I think that if you're having a party and you send a real invitation, I think it really makes it more of like a commitment for someone to say, yes, this is like a real party, I'm going to go to it. I think it's a little more serious than like a Facebook invite or an email. So I'm kind of getting into real invitations lately. And another cool thing about this is I was actually looking online at a couple of the top websites where you can go and have your own invitations printed and mailed to you, and then you mail them out. And the couple that I looked at, they were really pricey, and it also took like 4 weeks for them to get here. So this is actually going to be a way cheaper method of making invitations if you wanted to. So I'm definitely going to use these for our party coming up, so I'm excited. And then finally we have our cute little cupcake wrappers, which look like little referee stripes, I think. Or of course you could do them in your team colors, like I would do navy and orange for the Chicago Bears. And obviously you can make your little helmet look cute like for your team. So all this stuff's going to be fun for NFL, college, high school, you know, younger kids, party at home, tailgating, whatever. So I've got all my pieces cut out for these 2 items here. So let's take a look at how those go together. So first let's take a look at our cute little football. And the top side and the bottom side, well actually they're called the smaller half and the larger half, are identical except one's a little bit larger. So I'm just going to do 1/2 here. So I'm just going to make this larger half. So I've got 10 pieces like this, and I've got 10 pieces like this, and I've got this guy, and then I've got 2 of these. So let's start by gluing these 10 pieces together, and all I'm going to do is put glue on all of the tabs on one side of it here, all 5 of them, and then I'm just going to line it up with another piece. They're all identical, so it doesn't matter which one you grab, and I'm just going to place them one at a time in place, lining up the edge of this piece with the fold on the other piece. And I'm just doing my best. It's actually not perfect, but it's close enough, which is just fine. So go ahead and do that all the way around to all 10 pieces. So I've got all 10 pieces glued together except for the last seam here. So just the same thing, just a nice little amount of glue on each of the tabs, not too much if possible. And again, just one at a time. Just place them one at a time until it dries a little bit, and then work your way up. And it really just kind of falls right into place the way it should be. Okay, so now all that we need to do, we're almost done, is just to glue this on. And this is some really cool football paper by Reminisce, which I got at Archivers, but I've heard they also have it at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. Since it's white on the edge, I'm going to take my brown ink pad and rub that around the edges, just so it looks even more finished and nice. And then we're going to just put this, we're going to glue it on here, but we're only going to put glue on the top tip and on the bottom, about 1/3 of an inch on the bottom. And then I'm just going to line it up flush with the bottom. And the reason I didn't put glue in the middle is because I want it to have a nice curve. I don't need it to be glued down, and I don't want it to bend or anything or be flat. So it has a nice curve. There we go. And now just do the same thing all the way around with the other 9 pieces. So now to put this little guy on, pretty self-explanatory. We're just going to put glue on this end tab. You can see here and here where there's a little bit of a corner. So then we'll just line up these corners with those corners and hold it while it dries. Then we're just going to put glue inside here and just center it as best you can and push it down while it dries. So finally, we're just going to take this guy and just plop him right in the middle, just like this one, and just glue it on from here up. So finally, let's take a look at our cute little napkin holder box. And as you can see, the inside is finished off real nice. So there are pieces that go on the inside. These two form the inside, ones that are hinged like this. And then we've got 2 of these and 2 longer ones which form the outside. Then we've got the top, the inside, and the bottom. So first, let's take our 2 interior pieces, and we can tell which side is the top and which side is the bottom because the top is a little bit smaller. This tab is a little bit thinner than this bottom tab is. So I'm going to put glue on this side tab here and just put its neighbor in place right there. And I will do the same thing on the other side here. And just form a nice little rectangle here. And let's just set this aside and take a look at these 4 pieces. And I'm just going to do the same thing here. And again, this tab is thinner than this tab, so I know that this is the top. So I'm going to glue a long one to a short one. And just repeat until I've got the whole outside formed. So I'll just glue this smaller one onto the long one here. And then finally, I can put some glue on this little one and put the big one on. Pretty simple. And now I can just close it up with this final tab here. So I've got a good amount of glue, not too little, but not too much, not so much that it's coming out the sides too much. Okay, so now I'm going to take my open rectangle here and I want to glue it onto the top. So I'm going to go ahead and put a nice thin line of glue around the whole top. And I'm being careful because I don't want there to be too much glue so that it looks messy, but I want it to go really close to the edge so that it takes a nice hold. So now I'm just going to start in one corner here, and I can feel that I'm lining it up properly. And I can just get a feel for it and tell that it's in the right place here, and I can reach inside and press it down. And then once it's really in the right place, I'm going to flip it over and push down from the inside. So that is very nice. Okay, so now we want our inside to go in, and these top tabs are going to get folded out. I'm going to put glue on all 4 of them, and I'm going to put it in place in the bottom. Now I can see from the top, I can see that it's going to be going in the right place. It might be a little hard for you to see here in my video, but if you're doing this along with me, you can totally see what you're doing from the top here in just a second. So I've got my glue on, and I'm looking down from the top while I put it in place, and then I can reach in and press it down. I should fold these out of the way so I can really reach inside. And I can push down from the top, and I'm getting a real nice seam. Actually, it's a little bit off. I can kind of shove it and adjust it and make it as nice as possible. Okay, so now, almost done. I just need to fold these tabs in. And all I'm going to do is put glue on all 8 of these tabs, a nice thin layer on all of them, and just take the bottom and put that in place. Then I'm going to flip it over, take my little tiny rectangle, and I'm going to put that down inside to finish it off. Okay, so the only thing left is, how does this cool little ribbon thing work here? And you might not have noticed, but it's actually kind of wacky how there is a seam. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a seam in this football paper, which is like this. So we've got these 2 pieces, which I already folded over. They look like this, and I'm folding it over along the fold. And this one is also like this, and it's folded over. And again, this paper is white on the edge, so when I fold it, you can see the white. So I'm taking my brown ink pad, and I'm going to get rid of that white by just rubbing it on there. And this is just a tiny little brown ink pad by Versacolor. I got this at Archivers. It's like $2. I use that all the time. Okay, so to put this in place, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an eye for where it's going to be lined up, and then I want to glue this on. Now this piece has one flat side here which goes along the top, and you can see that the holes all line up and this flat edge also lines up. So I'm going to put glue on this whole piece. So I've got glue on the whole back side of this piece, and I'm going to take my smaller shape here and I've lined up these holes with holes underneath here and this flat side also. And now I want to line up the holes on the other piece also. And now I can take my white piece, glue that right down the middle, and then I can get my white ribbon out. It's about 1/4 inch thick, and I'm going to cut it so that it has a really sharp point to make it easy for me to thread it through. And I'm just going to come up from behind, from underneath, and just loop it around like this. And I'm just going to do that over and over and over until it is all done. And I might need to pull out more ribbon so that I have enough to go through. And I'll just do that all the way down. And once I'm done, I will glue that like this. And that's it. So that's it. Super cool, super fun projects for football parties and football themed events. So I think whether you're just sitting on the couch on the weekend and you want to make it a little more fun and special for the family, or if you're going to throw a party or go tailgating, I think it's going to make it a lot more fun. So if you make any of these projects, I'd love to see pictures on our Facebook wall or in our forum or on your blog. So send those over, let us check them out, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching and happy crafting!
Learn more by visiting www.svgcuts.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and watch all of our crafty videos on YouTube. It's a world of crafty content with you in the middle. SVGcuts.com, inspiring you to live creatively and beautifully.